Yo, what's the deal? Back with another one. As we all know, we've been seeing it all over the internet, you know what I'm saying? You know, if it's on the internet, we own that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring this content to y'all. But first, make sure y'all subscribe and like, comment, and share. Definitely subscribe. I be forgetting to tell y'all that in the beginning of the videos, but please, like, comment, and subscribe. When we reach 500 subscribers, I will be doing a cash giveaway. So make sure y'all be locked in, turn on all y'all bell notifications, stuff like that. Stay tapped in. And once we reach 500, I will give a cash giveaway to one lucky winner. But yeah, back to this content. So it's been all over the internet that Rolling 60s leader Eugene Henley, aka Big U, name came up in the indictment. His name is in the indictment, with like 10 other guys that's from the same gang, which is Westside Rolling 60 Crips, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. At the time, Big U wasn't captured at the time, and a lot of people reported that he was already captured. I just seen a video of him in the car with his family, and he made his last video saying he was going to turn himself in or whatever, and he will appreciate any support or help that he can get from anybody for his family. You know what I'm saying? You know how they go. Everybody say they gonna support you. We're gonna look out. We got you. Woo, woo. And then, you know, people go missing. But, you know, that comes with this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect nobody to do for your family what you would do, you know what I mean? But every now and then you got some good peoples out here that'll make sure your family is good while you go through that, while you going through, I guess, a rough time, or you're not able to provide or do for your family. Well, indictment came out. I think they had racketeering in there, some of the charges, human trafficking, even a body, you know what I'm saying? Extortion, and I think some more stuff. I might be forgetting some things, excuse me if I am. And definitely, bro, anybody that's got ties to these people, listen, I don't know these guys, I don't know these people personally, I only know them from the internet and from what I see and what be put out here, you know what I'm saying? So if I speak or say anything that's incorrect, forgive me. Don't jump on my case or try to, you know what I'm saying, get at me about it, bro. I'm just trying to report what I done seen online, and I try to decipher what was real and what's not. Y'all already know Academics, he posting it like crazy or whatever and putting it out there. Even Pt.2 from No Jumper even made a video saying something about that, yeah, even though that he hires street dudes and gang members and all that stuff like that, he's definitely not the reason why, you know, some of these guys are in the situation they're in. The reason why I brought up Pt.2 because one of his employees, one of his hosts that goes by the name of Bricc, baby, his name was in that indictment, and I think he was rounded up too in this whole little situation, which I know he was up under Big U or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's one of Big U's little homies or whatever. And another name that people might know, or y'all might have, you know what I'm saying, heard of, is a guy named Luce. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sweetie, that dude right there, he be on the internet tripping. He used to be best friends with Wack, but they fell out, and the relationship between them two lasted way longer than what I expected because, you know, Wack throwed all, man. Wack, you know, Wack just gonna whack, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, them two was tight for a good little while. They was running together, but, you know, a lot of stuff was occurring while they was together or whatever. But I think Luce, him and Big U wasn't on good terms or wasn't cool anymore, but he used to run up on the Big U and used to be one of Big U's soldiers, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And it's his words. This is stuff that he didn't say online. Y'all can go look it up. I'm not putting no information out there that's not, you know what I'm saying, that hasn't already been put out there. But, you know, he was one of Big U's soldiers, and, you know what I'm saying, one of them dudes who will press the line or the issue that Big U had or problems that he had. He would be one of the guys that's frontlining, you know what I'm saying, standing on business, you know what I'm saying, for his gang or his hood and Big U. But they eventually fell out or whatever, and I didn't see them together no more, or I haven't heard them speak on Big U in a good light for a minute now, you know what I'm saying? And then also, he started running with Wack, and everybody know Wack and Big U definitely was not on good terms, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the indictment came down, and they rounding people up or whatever. And Big U, you know what I'm saying? You could tell by the look on his face, man. He's sick that he got to go through this, got to deal with this, you know what I'm saying? Especially at the age he's at, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's, you know what I'm saying, at least 50 years old or better, you know what I mean? He might be 50, 55 or something like that. And, man, when at that age, bro, really no age, you don't want to give no time to the system, but definitely not in your 50s. You want to be going to, you know what I'm saying, dealing with, you know what I'm saying, jail, the federal, you know what I'm saying, jail, because y'all know they conviction rate, you know what I'm saying? I think it's like 98%, 99%. And the reason why it's like that because, the blue and yellow jacket guys, they play a different game, you know what I'm saying? You'll find yourself in a situation where you didn't have nothing to do with that. Bro, like, all the stuff that y'all saying, you probably did none of that. It might have been some people that was around you that was doing all that, and they still hit you with them charges. So, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the blue and yellow jackets, bro, they play a different game. They play their own game. So, dealing with them, a lot of people gonna cop out. Some people still take their case to trial because they be feeling like it's weak or whatever. But a lot of times, these guys is not beating them charges. They're not getting off of it. And I seen one, the LA attorney office or whatever that's probably handling this case. I seen him do like a press conference or whatever, speaking on the situation. He was saying that the charges that they have, you know what I'm saying, holds up to, goes up to 20 years for the charges that he had. But with the alleged murder, with the alleged body that's in this indictment, man, that'll get you way more time alone, you know what I'm saying? That'll get you an elbow in that mug, you feel me? So, we'll see how this pans out, how this play out, man. But it's just crazy, man, because for a long time, I've been, people been saying like, yo, Big U work for the, you know what I'm saying? He worked for the police. He do this gang intervention for, the at-risk youth, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people will be donating money to him. And basically they were saying that, he was taking a lot of that money and cuffing it, you know what I'm saying? And not doing the right thing with it. Yeah, on the surface, it was look like he's giving back to the neighborhood and doing that. But they were saying, he was, basically using that situation as a way to line his pockets or whatever, and it's just a tough situation, man. I'm trying to make sure when I speak correct on this situation to the best of my ability. Because like I said, I don't want to offend anybody. You know what I'm saying? I do know he have loved ones and people that really love him and, look up to dude, man. But, and like, frankly, I really don't care. I don't know Brody at all other than, you know what I'm saying, from what I see on the internet and the things that I heard. And most of the times, the things that you hear about Big U is, is always really on BS time, you know what I'm saying? Just to be real, we're going to call a spade, you know what I mean? And, for him to be the big dog or the OG, a lot of guys didn't like the way he moved or how he went about things, you know what I'm saying? And, he didn't give nobody a pass. And women or, you know what I mean, or kids or whatever. I mean, not kids, but, you know, women and guys, you know what I'm saying? Whether they from the life or not, he ain't giving nobody no pass. He's gonna press his line or whatever. But in some of these documents, they were saying that he was extorting business owners, strip club owners, and it's all alleged. Because it's like it's like a lot of gray areas in there. But you know, in the feds, man, they gonna put out a little bit and all that, man. But really got a bunch of stuff in the back pocket that they gonna hit you with whenever you thinking you got some light to breathe or whatever. But yeah, they said he was the head of, you know, the Roller 60s, and he portrayed himself as a music business man, or, you know, entrepreneur that helps the kids in the community, man. And they saying he's definitely the total opposite. You know, I want to know, Bricc Baby, if anybody know about this situation or close to this situation. I really want to know, like, why Bricc Baby is in this situation as far as in this indictment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not clear on why he's in it. It's not even clear why Luce Cannon is in it. Luce Cannon do a lot of talking on the internet about shit that he done did. Like, he done talked about how he done robbed, I want to say Meek Mills for his chain, and, you know, they pressed up on Rick Ross, and Rick Ross had to pay $50K to get the chain back and all that type of shit. So, and he's saying all this online, you know what I mean? Shit, just this past week, his house had got raided, you know what I'm saying, by, I guess, the LAPD SWAT team or whatever. And when that happened, he was taken in, but they never said no charges, no nothing. And it seemed like more so they just took him down there for questioning. But if you ask me, I think once his house was raided or whatever, I want to say this, and this is my, you know what I'm saying, assumption or you know, my theory of what possibly might have happened with the Luce Cannon house getting, because this just happened. His house just got raided. It ain't even been a full week. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days, you know what I'm saying, since his house got raided or whatever. And I think once they got him down to the station or wherever they was getting, like, was taking him to, I think LAPD SWAT team probably got a call from, you know what I'm saying, the blue and yellow jackets. It was like, hey, whatever situation y'all got going on with him, scratch that. Tell him his house has been swatted. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know what swatted mean, is somebody will call the police and basically say, hey, somebody's in danger in this house. They got a bunch of guns. They're holding people hostages. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And they'll make a few of these calls, and next thing you know, your house is surrounded by the SWAT team and the police, and then, you know, now they either gonna, you know what I mean, kick your door in, or, you know, if you come outside or you open the door, they're gonna snatch you out the house, and then they're gonna come search through your crib and some more shit. It's called SWAT, man. It's some shit that guys that be on the internet and hackers and all type of shit, and gamers, streamers, they all do that. Like, you know, and I guess that's what, then this is what I'm alleging, you know what I'm saying, possibly could have happened with that situation with Luce Cannon. That once they got him down there, the FBI probably reached out to, you know, the SWAT team of LA and told him, listen, man, tell him his house has been swatted. You know what I'm saying? We already on him. Y'all let him go, and we'll handle the rest. So Luce Cannon had got out or whatever, and he had did a video talking about that situation of him, you know what I'm saying, his house being raided by SWAT, and that his house was actually swatted or whatever. You know what I mean? And, you know, Wack 100, like, I guess ran content on that, and they supposed to be buddies or whatever. And I guess Wack 100 on Clubhouse ran content on that situation. And Luce Cannon, when he did get out or was able to, you know, get back online, and he seen that, he spazzed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said he wanted all the smoke or whatever, period, because don't play with him. Don't use real life situations that I got going on, especially if we supposed to be cool or buddies. Don't use my hardships or certain things as content, and don't speak on his wife. And I think Wack had, or somebody around Wack or work that works part of Wack's team. They call themselves the exposers, and I think somebody part of Wack team must have spoke on his wife or, you know what I'm saying, his significant other, and he wasn't feeling that, so he got online and damn near crashed out and said about, you know, to say what he would do to people or whatever. But like I said, if y'all ever go check out Luce Cannon, he got a bunch of shit online. Him just incriminate himself about crimes and all type of BS. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if this is true. And like I said, don't nobody, y'all forgive me if I'm speaking wrong and I'm not knowing for sure. But I heard and I seen something where they said even Trap Kitchen got caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who Trap Kitchen is or whatever. And they said either he or she got caught up in this indictment or this sweep or whatever. And I don't know how true that is, but you know, if it is true or if it's not true, man, forgive me. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to put nobody in, you know, certain positions or situations that's not correct. And if anybody know more about that situation as far as Trap Kitchen, you know what I'm saying, let me know in the comments or whatever, man. And free them, by the way. You know, you don't want to see nobody go down, man. But when you dealing with a lot of guys and y'all trying to do legit business, but at the same time mixing it with the street and the gang culture, a lot of times this is what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? People, indictments come and stuff like that because everybody that you do something to or you press up against might not be, you know, they don't probably be from the streets, you know what I'm saying? So they coming from the corporate world or whatever world they coming from, and they definitely not trying to deal with that. So I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, people who has been done wrong by a Big U has probably told and, you know what I'm saying, gave up information or whatever on him. But it's just crazy, man, to see Big U go down like that, man, because it's been always alleged that, you know, that he was a grimy older dude, you know, who pushed his weight around due to his status and his gang, you know what I'm saying, and in his area, you know, coming out of South Central LA, y'all already know that's the gang bang capital or whatever. And for people to be calling you, you know what I'm saying, the top member or the head guy of this gang, you know, mostly when indictments like this come down, everything is gonna be placed on the guy that they are calling the leader. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, man. Like, to see that this happened like that, and it's just like fresh off of 600. And him and you, 600, if y'all don't know who that is, y'all just check him out. He go by Christopher Lovejoy on Instagram and I think maybe YouTube, but they, you know, he go by 600 too. But him and Big U used to be cool or tight at one point, and they fell out, and I can't remember why they fell out, but he been telling people like, yo, Big U working with the police, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's acting like he's, you know, helping the community, man, but he's really, you know, the one that's pulling the strings on anything that's not, you know what I mean? Basically any violence or any wrong thing that's going on in the neighborhood or whatever, or just in South Central LA. And basically they were saying like he been calling Big U a paid informant for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people was just, you know, they didn't believe him. A lot of people didn't believe him. And I'm not saying he's a snitch or a rat or none of that, but I'm just saying like he always had something negative next to his name, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you're not just completely on the straight and narrow, and your name is always coming up in BS, or people is always putting you in the light as the bad guy or a person that, you know what I'm saying, don't do right by his people, then that's what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Big U and, you know, the rest of the Rolling 60s has been picked up under a federal indictment. They said 3 or 4 members was already, you know what I'm saying, incarcerated, so they didn't have to find them. And I think it's maybe one more person that's on the run. But I remember before Big U did his last video saying that he was gonna turn himself in, the news was saying that Big U and another guy still haven't been apprehended yet. So I don't know if everybody has been caught now or apprehended. I don't know if the other guy's going to turn himself in, but Big U has turned himself in. Big U said he's finna face whatever he has to face. A lot of it, he said, a lot of his lies, his made up stuff. It's people that don't want to see him and his family win, making up things about him, speaking on the internet about stuff. And the police actually said that they used to monitor his Instagram, his social media accounts, watch his interviews, and just paid attention to what was being said on the net. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying that people are snitching, telling, you know, I think Wack name came up in some of the paperwork that has been released or that I done seen. Who else name came up in them paperwork and stuff like that? No Jumper name came up in the paperwork that that the feds had up. Damn, it was somebody else's name came up in that too, but it slipped my mind or whatever. But yeah, it's ugly, man. It's ugly, bro, because like I said, a 98% conviction rate, 99% conviction rate, bro. It ain't too many people gonna beat the feds, bro. Unless you really just got wrapped up in something that you didn't have absolutely nothing to do with, but you just got wrapped up in it. Also, they said they had wiretaps and intercepted conversations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With Big U on it, talking to guys either behind the wall or free about crimes that they're planning to commit. You know what I mean? But for sure, Wack 100 was on the top of their list of somebody that they was gonna get, because, you know, Wack 100 and Big U at one point was tight and cool, and they fell out. And soon as they fell out, you know, Wack pressed his line. You know what I'm saying? He pressed his issue. He always had bad stuff to say about him, and basically he was saying what really made him cut Big U off was when Nip died. He said Big U came to him, was like, "Yo, I need you to come. I need you to sign over Nipsey Hussle estate to me," or something like that. He wanted him to do something sideways that Wack wasn't feeling. Like, nah, man, that man got kids, he got a family, man, he was just unalive in a horrible way, and the world witnessed it, bro. Nah, I can't. That I don't want to have no parts of that. Even though, you know, Wack, he when he do speak on Nipsey, a lot of people don't agree with what he be saying. Like, he be like, "Oh, Nip ain't no legend. He only a legend because he died, and this and that. He ain't no real legend. He didn't put out, you know, he ain't never had no platinum song or no platinum albums or none of that." But Wack, it wasn't even about, you know what I'm saying, all the accolades, because I know that goes into reason, you know what I'm saying, on how you become a legend. But Nip body of work, the way he think, the way he thought, the way he put things together, how he laid it out, man, and the way he handled his business, that made him a legend, bro. Like, yeah, he only put out one studio album, but easily you could say a lot of the EPs or mixtapes or whatever you want to call that, man, easily those albums, like, it's a couple of those that wasn't put down as an album, that was album material. You know what I'm saying? That Crenshaw album, that project, that easily could have been an album. What's the one with the red cover? I want to say that was like the TMC album, whatever, the Marathon Continue album. That shit could have easily been an album. Him and Bino. You know, I think it only might have like 7 or 8 songs on it. That could have been an album. And I'm leaving some shit out. Slauson Boy 2, that could have been an album. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Wack was just, you know, just downplaying a lot of stuff that Nipsey Hussle did, man. And a lot of people wasn't feeling that. You know, And that was like a lot of the reasons why Black Sam didn't fuck with him. And on top of that, that's why Black Sam flipped out on Rockstar 2800 when he showed up to the Marathon Burger on Melrose in Hollywood, because he felt like, bro, I know you trying to do the YouTube thing and the content thing, but bro, like we've been knowing each other since kids, bro. Like you and my brother, y'all been rocking since we was little kids, like little kids, before the gang banging came, any of that. When we just innocent kids growing up in South Central LA, and he felt like, bro, you letting the dude talk down on my little bro, but you not doing that, bro. F the content, bro. F the content part, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you rocking with us, if you TMC, if you all money in, man, you don't supposed to let nobody speak bad on your, you know what I'm saying, on your guy, you know what I mean? And I don't care if it's for the content, you know what I'm saying? And I feel Black Sam on that, you feel me? Like I feel Black Sam 100%. He's not wrong for feeling like that. And Wack, you know that boy Nip is a legend, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like that was bro a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter how big, you know what I mean, he got, or how many records he sold, bro. The body of work, the shit that was coming out of his mouth, his way of thinking, bro, alone, you know what I'm saying, was good for the community, bro. Like Nipsey Hussle motivated so many people, you know what I'm saying, before and after his death, you know what I mean? You know, Nipsey Hussle got me through some things, like music that he dropped, it got me through some things, and, you know, I'm forever grateful for the art and the music that he put out, you know what I mean? Like, Nip is really one of the ones, man. But, hey, man, this is a tough, well, it ain't a tough situation, but it's just ugly, bro, because when stuff like this happen and there be this many people on the case, you automatically have to know. Niggas just finna get to running their mouth. Them people gonna offer that time or get to tell them how much time they gonna get for the part that they playing, and then they gonna tell them they be in charge with stuff that they didn't do. So you know niggas is finna get to telling, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Bricc Baby's caught up in that. And you know, the crazy thing is, like, I wanna say like last year, maybe a year and a half ago, Bricc Baby house got raided by the feds. And it was said that they found a chopper, an AK-47 in his house. And, you know, in California, I think AK-47s and automatic assault rifles are illegal in the state of California. So people were saying even then, when that happened to Bricc Baby and he was able to get out or whatever, for nobody to never hear about that case again. Like, you couldn't even pull it up and look it up and see what was going on with that case. They were saying then that Bricc Baby could possibly be telling or whatever, because like after he got out that situation, I think he might have called 600 or somebody else, you know what I'm saying, and told him like, yeah, bro, them folks said they finna come pick Big U up, and you know what I'm saying, and a few other guys or whatever. And it was just like, that was kind of weird, like for you to know that, you know what I'm saying, after you just got caught with a chopstick, when you know those are totally banned and illegal in California or whatever. So, you know, it's crazy, man. It's just a fucked up situation, man. Big U had plenty of time, plenty of chances, you know what I mean, to be a real big homie and OG, man. Once he started getting legal paper and he was putting himself out there as a businessman that messed with the youth and the kids and stuff like that. You know, he got a son that's going to the NFL, or that's in the NFL, you know. And in my last video, if y'all haven't seen it, I spoke on the situation of the death of a kid that was living with Big U and was best friends with Big U with Big U's son. And the kid ended up dying. I don't know the details on how he died or when he died, but just to make a long story short, once that kid turned up dead and he was living under the supervision of Big U, the police wanted to talk to Big U, also wanted to get his DNA, which he didn't really want to give it to him. So you know how the police gonna do. They're gonna get a warrant to get your DNA, and they saying that the DNA that was found up under the kid's nails belong to Eugene Big U Henley Jr., and that's crazy, you know what I mean? Like the kid mom said that Big U blocked her on all platforms. Like, man, if y'all go back to my last video and check that out, and I kind of spoke on that briefly on that situation, because at the time, and the reason why I didn't even put that video out, and I made that video March 13th, I think that was last Thursday, I didn't put the video out because I was just like, okay, 600 might have a motive, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm just calling Big 600 a liar now, but I'm like, these two don't like each other, so he might be putting this information out there because, you know, the situation with him and Big U or whatever. But now that this indictment coming out or whatever, doesn't seem too far-fetched that, you know, did you possibly had a hand in this kid's death, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it facts. Like, so I don't want nobody, like, y'all gotta, I'm just making content, bro. If it wasn't on the internet, I would have never brought this to the internet. But once it hit the internet and everybody can see it, bro, it's just fair use at this point, you know what I mean? And like I said, if it's anybody that's closer to this case, know a little bit more than I do, man, get at me, let me know what's up, man. And you know, if I spoke incorrectly or anything, man, get in the comments and let me know. But that's all I wanted to bring to y'all, man. Hey, man, that gang shit, bro, it gets ugly fast, and you never know who gonna keep it solid. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all watch yourself out here, man, kids. It's not illegal to be in a gang. It's illegal what people do inside gangs, bro. And that's when, you know, shit get tricky. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm going to end this right here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure y'all subscribe and share, man. Like, comment, the whole nine. Do it up. Help me run it up. Like I said, man, once we crack 500 subscribers, man, I'm doing a cash giveaway, man. So y'all got to stay tuned. Keep the notification bells on. And we out here.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family. Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying, going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to, I don't even know what to say. Man, with 21 years, I elevated my family, come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me, I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all.